Hello YouTube and avid Keeping Up with Matt and Sarah fans. Mom. Yeah. Welcome to my first ever solo edition of Keeping Up with Matt and Sarah. So I'm going to rename it Keeping Up with Matt. So I've been playing through the Keeping Up with Matt and Sarah videos, as I do every afternoon, you know, because I'm cool and I was admiring myself and complimenting myself on my choice of shorts. And I realised there was a massive event that we hadn't talked about yet, so while I can still remember most of it, I'll let you guys in on my version of events of the day Rupert Grint came to school. The day itself didn't actually start that well for me. I mean, I'd only just come back from uni the day before, and I'd had the mumps or something crazy and had this massive, like, growth on the side of my face, and it was horrible, and I was, like, crying in pain every morning because it just hurt so much. And so I wasn't like feeling that good, but thank God that that was the first morning that the swelling had gone down, so I looked relatively normal for my, face anyway. But obviously I still wasn't looking that good skin-wise, blah, and all that jazz. So I woke up to mum and dad being like, "Come on, Matt, we've got to go into school, you know. Like Father Jerry's being made a bishop or something like that." I can't remember what story they told me. But I'm pretty sure it involved Father Jerry. Oh well. Yeah, so me being me, I was just all grumpy and lazy and stuff, and I didn't really want to shower because I thought, oh, I'll just sit at the back of mass and just, daydream maybe. Oh God, I'm gonna go to hell. Um, but anyway, so I just shoved on like a jumper from the day before, and I wasn't looking my best because, I wasn't expecting much. And then, like, I walked into the dance studio at school, and all these teachers in me going, "Oh my God, you're Matt Cotter. How are you feeling? What are you feeling right now?" And I was like, "Okay, well, what's going on here?" Like, I have no idea what they're planning. Because I was just like, "Why are they making so much of a fuss?" Like, it didn't make sense yet. And then, yeah, as I walked into the studio, my mom was like, "Look over there. Who is it?" And I have really bad short sight. So there was just this blurry ginger guy standing next to this taller, like dark-haired guy, and I was like, I have no idea. So I was walking closer, and by now I was getting a bit scared because everyone was staring at me, like just like, oh, it was horrible. And then I got closer, and they got slightly more into focus, and I was just like, oh my God, it's Rupert Grint and Oliver Phelps. Well, I didn't know it was Oliver at that time, but we'll get to that. And I was just, it was the most amazing realization ever. But I was so scared. Like, when I went up to speak to him, I just froze completely. I couldn't make a proper sentence. It was so incredible seeing someone you've grown up with, watching them on the cinema, like, watching them on the big screen. All of a sudden, they're in front of your face. Like, it's almost as if they weren't a real person before, and now they're like an actual human being right in front of you. It was just mental. And then all of a sudden we were being asked to be photographed and everything, and I was just like, "Oh, yeah, sure, why not me and Rupert?" It was just so amazing. And then I think I did offend Oliver Phelps because I stood next to him, and during like a photo shot or something, I looked up at him and just said, "Which one are you?" And he looked at me, he was like, "I'm Oliver, I played George." I was like, "Oh, cool, alright." Like it would have made any difference. Uh, oh well. If any of you have actually seen the news article, I don't know, like there's a video of it. I don't know if it'll be on YouTube still, but if I can find it, I'll put the link in the description. You can see it like zooms in on my face, and it was like I haven't shaved, so I've got like a ginger beard going on, and I've got some massive like spots and all that, and it's just massive cringe for me. But then there's some even bigger cringe when they start to mention Oliver Phelps, and it sort of like pans around the whole school, like, well, Sarah's friends and me, just, oddly spotted out in a bright green jumper when everyone else is wearing school uniform. And I was there, like, standing there, like, staring at the floor, just, like, waving about a bit. Because I had no idea they were doing that. I was like, Oliver was being photographed at the time, and I didn't really want to, be in everyone's photos of Oliver. So I was standing away from him, just chilling. And then the news have put this scene of me just staring at the floor like an absolute gorm. There was no good shots of me that day, none whatsoever. It was the worst. There was another bit where everyone was taking photos of them all, like the two of them with Sarah. I think it was like two or three Harry Potter books that I was desperate to get signed, and I had no idea how to go about properly asking for them to be signed without them like running off or, before they actually left. So in the middle of all these people taking photographs, I just ran up with my pile of books and just said, "Can you sign these, please?" And everyone else was just like, "Has he actually just done that?" Like everyone's taking photos and he's just asked them for them to be signed. But thankfully they did. They signed them all, and I was just like, just put your name anywhere. I don't have them with me. There was so many, and that was so cringy as well. But I was desperate to get them signed, and I had no idea how else to get them. So sorry, everyone, if I ruined your photo. And then I was so amazed at that. I was just like staring at the signatures when I walked away and like let the crowd back at them, that I knocked over his Coke. Like Rupert Grint comes to school and I knock over his Coke. What? Like, I'm such a douche. It's not cool. But yeah, that was like the most amazing and yet most embarrassing day of my life. It was just surreal, and I wish I could relive that every single day of my life because Harry Potter has been such a massive thing, like massive part of my life. I've read all the books several times over, and I've just loved every single film, like character. I mean, J.K. Rowling is just the queen, really, isn't she? I love it. Nothing could have made that day any better. And I thought I'd just share that with you. Yeah. So I hope you've enjoyed this rather strange episode of Keeping Up with Matt and Sarah, but I thought, you'd want to know. Why wouldn't you? I would. So yeah, until next time, guys. See ya.